Okay, I know what some of you are thinking. 6 to 12 months before I get leaf mold? I want to compost my garden before my hair turns gray. So today we're going to talk about how to turn these leaves into leaf mold within 4 to 8 weeks, not months. Yes, that's right, weeks. But here's the catch. We have to add a little bit of stuff and do some work. Not much, but more than the throw it in a bag and forget about it method we did in the last video. Welcome to the world of hot composting. Let's turn up the heat. All right, quick science lesson. Don't worry, this won't hurt. In composting, we have two main categories, browns and greens. No, I'm not talking about colors, though that would make it easier. Browns are carbon-rich materials. Think leaves, cardboard, straw, wood chips. They're usually dry and, well, brown. Greens are nitrogen-rich materials. These are things like grass clippings, kitchen scraps, coffee grounds, and fresh plant trimmings. They're usually moist and green. See, sometimes the name makes sense after all. Leaves on their own are almost all carbon. They're super brown. And fungi love to slowly munch on carbon, which is why plain leaf mold takes forever. But when you add nitrogen-rich greens, you wake up the bacteria. And bacteria, they're like the hyperactive kids of the composting world. They multiply like crazy, generate a ton of heat, and break everything down fast. The magic ratio? About 2 parts browns to 1 part greens by volume. 2 buckets of leaves, 1 bucket of grass clippings. There you are, you're in business. So what can you use for your green materials? Let me give you the greatest hits. Grass clippings, the classic, but skip them if they've been treated with weed killer recently. Kitchen scraps, veggie peels, fruit scraps, coffee grounds, tea bags. Basically, if it grew and you didn't eat it, it works. Coffee grounds. These are nitrogen gold mines. Your local coffee shop will often give them away for free. Just ask. Fresh plant trimmings. Dead-headed flowers, pruned branches which have been cut up, pulled weeds as long as they haven't gone to seed. Manure. If you have access to aged manure from chickens, rabbits, horses, or cows, that's premium green material right there. Quick note on what not to add. Meat, dairy, or oils. These attract pests and smell terrible. Pet waste. Too many pathogens. Disease plants. You'll just spread the disease. Weeds with seeds, unless your pile gets really hot. Keep it plant-based and you'll be golden. All right, so let's build this thing. You can do this in a bin or just as a pile. Doesn't really matter. But you do want it at least 3 feet by 3 feet by 3 feet. That's the minimum size to generate and hold heat. Smaller than that, it won't get hot enough. Bigger, even better. Here's how we layer this masterpiece. Bottom layer. Start with a coarse brown layer like small twigs or wood chips. This creates airflow at the bottom, about 4 to 6 inches. Layer 2. Browns. Add your leaves, about 6 to 8 inches. Shredded is better for faster composting, but whole leaves will work too. Layer 3. Greens. Add your nitrogen-rich materials, about 3 to 4 inches. Spread them evenly. Layer 4. Browns again, another 6 to 8 inches of leaves. Layer 5. Greens, another 3 to 4 inches. See the pattern? We're making a compost lasagna. Just keep alternating browns and greens, roughly keeping that 2 to 1 ratio until you run out of materials or hit about 4 feet tall. After every few layers, you want to check moisture. It should feel like a wrung-out sponge. If you squeeze it and water drips out, it's too wet. Add more dry leaves. If it feels dusty and dry, spray it down with the hose. This is important. Too dry and the bacteria won't work. Too wet and you'll drown them and create a stinky, slimy mess. Okay, here's where the work comes in, but I promise it's not that bad. To keep this pile hot and active, you need to turn it. That means mixing the outside stuff into the center and the center stuff to the outside. How often? Every 3 to 5 days for maximum speed. You can use a pitchfork, a compost aerator tool, or just scoop and move material around. It takes maybe 10 to 15 minutes. Why does this matter? Because as the bacteria work, they use up oxygen. Turning the pile adds fresh oxygen, which revs the bacteria back up and keeps the heat going. Want to get nerdy? Grab a compost thermometer. There's a link in the description if you'd like to look at them. Your pile should heat up to about 130 degrees Fahrenheit to 160 degrees Fahrenheit within a few days. That's a sweet spot. Hot enough to break everything down fast and kill weed seeds, but not so hot you'll kill off all your beneficial bacteria. If it's not heating up, you probably need more greens. If it smells like ammonia, you've got too many greens. Add more browns. So how long does it take? If you're turning regularly and your ratios are good, you can have finished compost in 4 to 8 weeks. Compare that to 6 to 12 months for plain leaf mold. The finished product looks a little bit different from leaf mold. It's darker, more uniform, and more nutrient rich because of all those greens. You can use it anywhere. Mix it into garden beds, top dress your lawn, add it to a potting soil. It's basically black garden gold. So should you do leaf mold or hot compost? Let me break it down. Leaf mold, slow method. Time, 6 to 12 months. Effort, almost none. Best for soil structure and water retention. Bonus, zero maintenance. Hot compost, fast method. Time, 4 to 8 weeks. Effort, moderate. Turning is required. Best for nutrient-rich soil amendment. Bonus, you get compost way faster. Why don't you try both? Use the slow leaf composting method for the bulk of your leaves and use the hot compost method when you've got kitchen scraps and grass clippings to get rid of. You'll have a constant supply of amazing soil amendments all year long. Before we move on to troubleshooting, please take a moment to subscribe for more gardening tips and tricks. We're just getting started. Leave 2 words in the comments, Team Leaf Mold or Team Hot Compost. Let me give you some quick troubleshooting tips. Problem, pile isn't heating up. Solution, add more greens, make sure it's moist, check that it's big enough, 3 by 3 by 3 minimum. Problem, pile smells like ammonia or rotten eggs. Solution, too many greens, add more browns and turn it. Problem, pile is attracting pests. Solution, don't add meat, dairy, oils, bury kitchen scraps in the center, turn more frequently. Here's your mission. If you've got kitchen scraps and grass clippings, start a hot compost pile this week. Mix those leaves with some greens and watch the composting happen. Commit to turning it once or twice a week, and in a month or 2, you'll have gorgeous finished compost. After these 3 videos on how to compost leaves, you now have everything you need to turn every single leaf in your yard into garden gold. Let's get out there and compost something.